Hey everybody, Outdoors Jeff here. I had a plan to get out to the woods this weekend and do a video for everybody that I wanted to do on some, safety technique and stuff like that. And lo and behold, as usual, I couldn't find the time to get out there and get 5 minutes to myself. So we're doing a quick at-home thing here for you instead. Someday I will make it outdoors. Something I wanted to go over here quick today with you folks. Safety, wilderness safety. Everybody think, oh yeah, watch out for wild animals and stuff, and that is part of it. But I just want to give you guys some numbers, some statistics. About 8 million people worldwide go missing every year, and about 600,000 of those people are in America, where I live, where most of you probably live. I don't know who watches this channel, but around just under 90% or so of those people are found, whether it's alive or dead. They're found. It's an amazing number when you think about it, because it's almost, I want to say almost 2,000 of that number is wilderness related. They disappear into the wilderness. They go out, and 60,000 of those people are never seen again. Out of the missing, in America, out of that 600,000. 60,000 of those are roughly never seen again. They vanish off the face of the earth. Those are the ones they don't find, whether it's dead or alive. And to compare that number for you, the state I live in, Rhode Island, our total population is about 1,061,000, something like that. So to put that in perspective, half of those people every year, half of this state goes missing every year. That's how many people disappear in this country every year. And the numbers are staggering, because it's up there for the wilderness related one. And that's why I wanted to do this for you folks, because there's a lot of bizarre circumstances. Sometimes they'll find a mutilated body or signs of foul play. And, you can say, all right, well, this was doings of another human being or doings of an animal. And some of that, some of that can be avoided with some safety precautions. Other times, it's strange. They'll just find, the people will just all of a sudden, like, they vanished out of their clothes. They just come across their clothes in a pile, and boom, person's gone, never to be seen again. No signs of foul play. Their wallets, cameras, everything are all still in their backpacks, and all of a sudden, person's gone, vanished. Disappeared off the face of the earth. And sometimes this happens in the winter. Like snow on the ground. There'll be people will be walking along, and they'll find like their boots on the ground. Nicely put on top of a rock or something, and who's taking off in the snow without their boots on, and then, a mile or two later down a trail, they'll find, the backpack with a wallet, keys, everything's there, nothing stolen. And then, maybe find some other articles of clothing, like why would anybody do that? Really strange circumstances sometimes, and you can't explain why it happens, so, but some of the things, if you can keep on your person, it could prevent a lot of that stuff that you do see, at least for the people they do find, that succumb to certain things, or it's because they got lost or whatnot. And a lot of these aren't long-term people going out into the woods camping and stuff. It's experienced, hikers and hunters and things like that. People that spent their life in the woods, just going out on a normal day trip. And I know when I go out hiking or anything like that, I always have a backpack. And there's certain things I keep in my backpack for safety. And you think of the obvious. Maybe a change of clothes in case you get wet. A bottle of water. You don't want to carry too much water. Water's heavy. It'll weigh you down. So usually a bottle of water will do you. And one of the things I like to carry, in case that bottle of water doesn't do me, and in case that something happens to it, it breaks, drop it or something. Who knows? Or I get stranded, stuck out there long term, and I need to drink. They make these things called life straws right here. It's got a lanyard, wear it around your neck. Filters out, I think, 99.999% of bacteria, virus, debris. Doesn't work on chemical though. So if you got chemicals leaking out in water, that's not going to help you. But these life straws will save your life. You can go up to stagnant pond water, swamp water, and drink it. Really, a puddle, anything. Might not taste good, but you'll survive. And another big thing I like to keep on me, and people fail to do this a lot, especially when they're hiking. They might know trails, they might know this and that, exactly where they are. They've been there before. Oh, hey, you know what? I saw something. I want to go. Or I seen a really cool animal, and I want to go track it and take pictures of it. Next thing I know, they're disoriented. They don't know where they are, and it doesn't take much. You can walk 50 feet in the right kind of woods and get disoriented. If it's thick enough, you don't see where you came from. You can't find your way out. You should always have a compass. And there's a myriad of different kinds of compasses out there on the market. There's digital, old school compasses, and GPS-based compasses. I do carry a GPS-based compass. And this one's made by Bushnell, and it's called the Backtrack. It's a little old. I'll be honest with you. It's probably going to have trouble syncing up to a satellite next time I turn it on. That's how long I've had this. It's a digital compass, and you can save up to 3 waypoints on it. So the first thing I do, I get out of my car, I set this, I lock the location of my car. No matter where I am, it'll tell me how many feet and where to get back to my car within an accuracy of, I think, like 20 feet or something like that. So if you don't see your car in 20 feet, there's a problem there. That's a good thing to have. And excuse me, making a mess here. But that's digital. That runs on batteries. What if I fall in the water and that shorts out? What if the battery goes dead on me out there, right? That's when you want an old school compass. You want to take that bearing when you get out of your car, and you want to see which direction you're going, which direction out. Don't trust the digital one. It's nice to have. The luxury is nice. It's nice convenience, a little peace of mind, but it's not so much peace of mind when the battery dies on you and you're stuck out there in the woods. Cell phones are great. Keep on you. Doesn't mean you're going to have a signal, though. You might not have a signal depending on where you're hiking. You could be out in the mountains somewhere and have no signals. It's happened to me before. I've been out there where I couldn't contact anybody, especially up in the mountains in New Hampshire. You can lose signals for sure. So if you find yourself out there lost, now you got to spend a night in the woods. Crap, what do I do now? So there's certain things you don't want to have on you. An emergency blanket. They make they fold up into like a little small pack, about probably no bigger than this right here. They're cheap. They're like less than $5. Emergency blankets. They might get you through the night if you have to. I don't have one of those. I ended up using it somewhere for something. I don't have one of those to show you, but this here, again, emergency rain poncho. Keep you dry. It's a good thing to have. Always keep a multi-tool in your backpack. Everybody's like, oh, I carry a knife, this kind of knife, that kind of knife. That's great. Nothing wrong with carrying an extra knife on you. That's fine, but you want a multi-tool. You encounter something, you need to cut something, you need to grind something, undo a screw, anything. You got to have a multi-tool. Scissors, pliers, you name it. It's in there. Another thing I like to keep on me, I do like flint sticks for starting fires. Magnesium sticks. I do use those if you got to start an emergency fire. If you find yourself lost, it's a nice day, it's sunny, I always like to keep a magnifying glass on me. It works well to start a fire. A lot less effort than a magnesium stick too. This one folds up, little compact thing, weighs nothing. Fits in a backpack, nice and easy. This is all small stuff too. I'm showing you that's gonna be helpful to you. A whistle. How many times people, you might hear somebody off in the distance, or a car, or a plane, anything, and you can't get somebody's attention because they can't hear you. You're amazed at how loud a whistle is in the woods. It'll alert somebody to your location. Or even if they're coming through the woods and they're not looking for you, they're not yelling, you don't know they're there. You can start blowing a whistle, and I would like to think that, a whistle blown off in the woods is kind of a universal sign for help. Because I could be mistaken. Maybe there's some people that aren't that bright. Another good thing to keep, and you don't have to keep a piece this big, but or a roll this big rather, paracord. I love this stuff. You can do anything with it. This is a huge piece. I would not throw this in a hiking backpack for a day trip, but a much smaller length of this. You can do so much with it. You can rig up shelters. You can fish with it. You can do anything. You can use it as a tourniquet on an injury. You can relace a shoe. You can do anything with that stuff. It's very handy to have. God forbid you fell and broke a leg or something like that, and you gotta strap a tree branch to your leg or either side of your leg to make like a brace. Use that, tie around it. There's numerous uses for that kind of stuff. And this is all small stuff I can fit in one pouch of a backpack. And it's really, and that's different from a bug out bag, where that's meant for long-term survival out in the wilderness. You're gonna be spending a significant amount of time and you need to survive. That's basically what a bug out bag is for. Your day backpacking, hiking, hunting trip, that's this kind of stuff that I'm showing you. I also like to keep a bug net. This is old. I've used this for many years. This is just for the head. They make them for full body. They make them like you can crawl inside to at night. If you're in a swampy area in the summer or something, you're stuck out there at night. That's something you're probably going to want to have. Maybe some insect repellent. You'd probably be using that anyway if you're already going hiking. So, one other thing nobody ever thinks to do. They weigh nothing and you can fold it up to nothing. Ziploc bags, freezer bags. Oh, why would I keep that in my backpack? Well, let's say you find yourself in an area where you're going to get wet. It's pouring out. It's pouring, or you got to cross a river or a pond, something to get to help, to get out of there, to get to where you need to be. You're going to get wet. It's inevitable. You can't help it. Well, before you jump in, take that freezer bag out, put your important stuff in there. Put your fire starting stuff, put your cell phone, your wallet, your keys, anything like that that's going to get damaged, any electronic devices. Put it in a bag like that. And it takes up a lot less space and it weighs a lot less than these waterproof containers you see, which they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're bulky too, So a freezer bag, you throw your important stuff in there, throw it right in your backpack. You're going to get wet. And hopefully you get a change of clothes. And that's about all I had. Just that little quick stuff right there I wanted to show you. The safety, it's a lot of people perish and just put themselves in bad situations, bad predicaments that they could have avoided. And it's usually because of Mother Nature, really, be honest with you. People freeze, heat exhaustion. It doesn't take much, you'd be surprised to succumb to the elements in the wilderness. Having the right clothes is important before you head out too. And there's going to be safety things. I mean, the area I live in, there's not a whole lot to worry about animal-wise. we do have the occasional mountain lion. We do have black bear. Nothing I'm overly worried about as compared to some states where people go out and they get mauled by grizzlies, or you got an abundance of mountain lions or cougars, panthers, whatever you call them, in your part of the country. That, unfortunately, it's a case by case basis. If you live in a firearm friendly state where you can keep a peace on you and defend yourself from something like that, that's great. I don't live in a firearm friendly state, so you get caught with a pistol or anything on your side out here when you're hiking. They're sending you up the creek. But for those of you that do live in those areas where it's acceptable and you can carry, go for it. Please do. I urge you to, really, to be safe, not only from animals, fellow man. There's lunatics out there, and they're everywhere. They're not just out in the city walking around, predators, people preying on the weak, or, robbing, everything else like that, kidnapping people. They're in the woods, too. And a lot of them purposely go to the woods because they're looking for people like that. They're looking for vulnerable hikers, maybe older people, maybe single women hiking, people, especially without dogs. Dogs will come to people's aids, but a lot of people go out there without dogs. I see it myself all the time hiking. I'll have a young lady come by me, all alone, nobody with her, no dog, no friends, nothing. Like, it almost scares you, like, God, like, you're brave. It's not saying, everybody should be afraid of the world, but you should have a respect for the insanity that is in the world. And, a lot of bad things happen to a lot of people from bad people. So that's something that can be avoided also with weapons. I know a lot of people go out there in the woods. They don't have anything on them, not even as much as a pocket knife. And I'm not saying that's going to do much against somebody with a gun or something, but you want to have everything in your arsenal that you can, really, to protect yourself, And it's sad that you have to think that way and plan that way to go out and enjoy Mother Nature, but you got to expect the unexpected, really. It happens, and it happens a lot. A lot of people that go missing is signs of foul play, and they find their remains later, and it's not a good thing. So you got to be careful. And that's all I really had for you today. I can do a better video with maybe a bug out bag at a later point. I can show you more stuff, more long-term survival stuff that you'd want to have in a pack like that. I don't really. I call it a bug out bag because that's the term it's known by, but I'm not a huge fan of that term. It's a survival pack, essentially. That's what I like to call it. It's just different kinds of survival packs. Is it long-term survival, short-term survival? That's that. There's a lot of books on survival too, wilderness survival. They're cheap. You can go to a local bookstore and get them for like $10. And there's a plethora of knowledge in those. Really, for what it costs, you can get some valuable information out of books like that. Learn things you didn't know about survival. And that's about it. Other than that, I'm hoping to get out to the woods soon. Should be warming up soon also. It's still pretty cold out. Between that and never finding time alone, it's hard. But for anyone else interested in the videos I usually do with peppers, the 2021 Pepper Project has started. It started a week ago today, actually, and believe it or not, and that's when I started all the seedlings, and within less than 6 days, I had seeds germinated, which is unbelievable. I broke my record from last year. That was really... And I started the super hots first because they take the longest to germinate and get up to size and start producing. So I said, well, let me get all the super hot peppers like the Reapers, Scorpions, Ghost Peppers, stuff like that. And I couldn't believe it. I had four different Ghost Peppers germinated and two, they call Reapian. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a hybrid of a Reaper and a Scorpion pepper. So I was really shocked to see them all germinate that fast, but with the Pro Mix soil, they did great. But I'll do another video on that later. Once some more germinate and I start getting them into the grow tent, I will do another video for the people interested in that and show you what I'm using for feed, stuff like that, for fertilizer, and hoping for a good season again. It was a very good one last year. I made some mistakes and corrected some of those mistakes. Hoping for the best. But anyway, hope some of those tips helped any of you going out backpacking, going hiking. If you're an avid hiker and outdoorsman, you probably already know that stuff. And again, I always say it, these videos are for the beginners, amateurs, not for people that know what they're doing. You know what you're doing, you don't need to watch my videos. All right. You all have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, and look forward to the warmer weather. Take care, folks.